This tutorial is going to show you how to make box and whisker plots using Geogebra, which you can then use in your math project. Again, you're going to start off by going to View and opening up a spreadsheet, and you'll be able to get these spreadsheet cells. And you can then include the data that I've sent you, and we're going to use two sets of data of the same variable, nose hair length in millimeters. One of the data sets, though, will be from my nose, and the other data set will be taken from Ms. Derry's nose. And, just a brief glance, it's quite obvious right off the bat that her nose hairs are quite a bit longer than mine. And I mean, and I think experience bears that out as well, so that's nothing really shocking. Well, first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make one box and whisker plot. And so let's use my data to do that. And so you're going to highlight it all. You can you can highlight the title as well. And you're going to go to one variable analysis, and it gives you the data, and you can go analyze, and you'll get probably get a histogram to start off with. And again, I've highlighted the statistics here so we can see a summary of the data, the mean, the minimum, quartiles, median, maximum, standard deviation right there. Now, if we go to this drop menu here, we can go to box plot, and we'll change that. And you can see we get a nice box and whisker plot. Now, we want to be able to customize the axes a little bit. And so we don't really care about the y-axis, although if we make the y-axis, if we kind of squash it down, so maybe if we go to 2 as the maximum, you can see that makes the box and whisker plot fat. I don't know if I want it really that fat, so how about 3? There we go. Just depends on visually how you want it to look. But let's chop off some of this extra horizontal axis so we can make it a little bit more visually appealing. Now we can see that it goes up to about 7, so let's make it 7 as the max here. And that works pretty well. Now you'll notice that there's an X out here, and this X represents the outlier in that data set, which is this 6.1. So the Geogebra has already tested to see whether or not that 6.1 is an outlier, and has determined that it is, so it is not including it in the box and whisker plot. Now you can customize that yourself. If we uncheck this box that says show outlier, so we've got that, you see that it ceases to become an outlier, and you just got this whisker on the right hand side. You might want to do that depending on the situation, but if you want to show that it is an outlier, then you can do this. Now, I can right click, copy to clipboard, and then I can go to Microsoft Word, and I can paste it in Microsoft Word. And of course, I did some damage to my previous graph. Remember, you're always going to want to label your axes. It's really important. So when you do this, you will be making sure you create some text boxes to label your axes. And you can see how I got all this white space up here. Maybe you'll want to do away with that when you create it by making your Y maximum smaller. But anyway, that's how you do that. And if we return here, we can see that this histogram and its horizontal axis is labeled. Drop that up here. Okay, we can go back now to the box plot. Now, what if I want to make two box plots in order to compare statistics? Well, you can highlight two columns of data, like I've got here, my nose hair and Miss Derry's nose hair. And you can go here, and instead of choosing one variable statistics, you can do multiple variable analysis. And you can see that it gives these two columns, and you can go analyze. And you can see that we're going to get two box plots on here. Now, the problem is that one of them is off the screen. And you see how it's been selected as stacked box plots. You can turn off the statistics, which are shown on the bottom here. Notice that it also says A1 to A7, and you'll want to label that correctly in your project. This would be my nose hairs, and then this second box plot will be Miss Derry's. So let's adjust the scale a little bit. We've still got the outliers checked. If I make the X maximum, let's see here, let's look at Miss Derry's data here, which is this row. And it says the maximum, her maximum nose hair is 14 millimeters. So let's, for visual appeal, let's bring this a little bit past that to maybe 15. We can see that we've got both of these box plots on here. If I wanted to make this a little bit bigger, I don't know what would happen if I put 22 in there. That's not as visually appealing. Let's bring it back down to maybe 16. There we go. Now we can, using the box plots, of course, you can analyze them and interpret them. Tell things about the interquartile range, the median. And I mean, as you can see from Miss Derry's box plot, it is well to the right of mine, meaning that even her minimum nose hair length is quite a bit longer than even an outlier nose hair length of mine, which, you know, of course, is not very surprising. So we can right-click on this, copy to clipboard, and then go back to our Word document, which we've got here, and let's see here, if I want to put this up here, I'm going to Control V, and now we've got it. Now, this doesn't really have a frequency vertical axis, but you do want to label the horizontal axis. Nose hair length in millimeters, include the units. Now, notice these things still came up here. Let's see, can we get rid of them? Stack box plots, grid, automatic dimensions. I don't know that we can get rid of those. So what you'll have to do when you create your document, then you're going to have to make a text box that will go here, and you can right click on that and you can go bring to front. That didn't really work, so let's bring it here. That seemed to push it aside. Let's put it in front of text. There we go. And then we can say Mr. Ream. And you can make the text a little bit smaller. There we go. Squeeze that down a little bit. There we go. That's got a nice look to it. Copy, paste it, and then this will be, of course, Miss Derry's. That's her nose hair length as well. There you go. So now we've got a set of box plots that we can use for comparison, which is really useful for when you're interpreting data. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. You can apply that to the project you're working on.